Hey Mike, it's me Ian, and in today's video I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who, and this is the Space Museum from 1965, and previously we'd had the Web Planet. Now after that there would have been the Crusade. Unfortunately, there's only two episodes of that, I think, in the archive. But we will review that in the future because there has been a release of it. But I'm just doing the full DVD releases. And the next one will be The Chase, which is a Dalek story. So this is the second series, or the second season. It consists of 4 episodes, and episode 1 is called The Space Museum, episode 2, The Dimensions of Time, episode 3, The Search, and episode 4 is The Final Phase. And this was transmitted on the 24th of April 1965 to the 1st of May 1965. It was written by Glyn Jones, and the script editor is Dennis Spooner. Now, it's directed by Mervyn Pinfield, who directed previously 1 to 4 episodes of The Sensorites, 1964, and episodes 1 and 2 of Planet of Giants, 1964. Produced by Verity Lambert. Now, the cast, we've got William Hartnell as the Doctor, got William Russell as Ian Chesterton, Jacqueline Hill as Barbara Wright, always brilliant. You know how much I love Jacqueline Hill, she's great. Maureen O'Brien as Vicky, and then we've got Richard Shaw, who plays Lobos. Some of the films that he was in are quite interesting. He was in Hours of Decision, 1957. The Sandpacker, 1958. Partners in Crime, 1961. Don't Lose Your Head, 1967, which is a carry-on film, brilliant one. That The Dirty Dozen, 1967. Give Us Tomorrow, 1978, and Young Tisconi from 1988. Again, there's quite a few TV series. The most perhaps notable is Quatermass and the Pit, 1959. And also, he appeared in Doctor Who in Frontiers in Space, 1973, and Underworld, 1978. Then we've got Ivor Salt, who plays the Morak Commander. Some of his films: Dog Eat Dog, 1964, Be My Guest, 1965, Nearest and Dearest, 1971, which I think is a TV adaptation from 1971. Then we've got On the Buses, 1971, House of Whipcord, 1974, and House of Mortal Sin, 1976. And again, there's quite a few TV series. Then we've got Jeremy Bulloch, who plays Tor. He was in A Night to Remember, 1958. Carry On Teacher, 1959. Summer Holiday. My mum would have loved that, of course. Cliff Richard film. That's in 1963. Virgin and the Gypsy, 1970. Mary Queen of Scots, 1971. Oh Lucky Man, 1973. It's a very good film. The Spy Who Loved Me, James Bond, 1976. The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, where he played Boba Fett. Yes. For Your Eyes Only, another Bond film, 1981. Octopussy, another Bond film, 1983. And he was in Return of the Jedi, of course, playing Boba Fett again, 1983. And he was in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, 2005. Wow, amazing. So, what is this story about? Well, the TARDIS lands on this planet called Zeros, and basically they're put into a situation where they have to change history, because there they are as themselves as an exhibit in this space museum. Wow. What are they going to do? They don't want this to happen. It's got to change history, which is a great sci-fi theme that you often get. And also they become now involved in the conflict on this planet between these sort of servile indigenous people and the Zerans, and the sort of militaristic Morocks. Yes, you've always got to have somebody like that. As one of the people actually says in some of the extras, morons. Yes, play on that. That, in fact, gives you quite an interesting insight that there is a comedy elements in this, and satire, definitely. Even though at the time it didn't, not everybody was that pleased with this. It wasn't looked upon favourably, but I think over time people have actually realised that this is actually a better story than they realise when it's transmitted. I think a lot of people really loved the first episode, and then it just went down from that. But I thought this was really good, and also the great thing is, I think the Doctor often, the first Doctor, is often portrayed sort of more grumpier, but I said he's changing, as I've said. And here we get his playful side. He gets inside a Dalek in the museum and starts just having a light-hearted moment, which I think is great, because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this playful side, and of course the second Doctor takes this further. And I like that. I think that's a good sign that, again, it's showing that the second Doctor is very much from the first Doctor. The characteristics are there. It's just that the regeneration does change things of the characters, but we still have that link there, which I think people forget. Hartnell is really good in this role. I think he's had a sort of a bad reputation in some areas because of his own sort of personal problems with his illness. And I think he shows himself really good here. It made me smile. Yeah, and there's a lovely extra about his talking to his granddaughter, his real life granddaughter, and she talks about in a quite a revealing loving way about her grandfather, and it really puts it into perspective about him, and I think that's really good. So this story, I think is excellent. I absolutely had a ball with it, as I say. I didn't play football, but I really loved it. It was just so exciting seeing this story unfold for me. And, you know, I know it's had a bad reputation, but I think it's time it was given a better reputation. Yes, it should be. We should look at it better. I think it's great. I love all these stories, and I'm so grateful that they did get this back. It initially, when they started all these searches for bringing all the stories together, this wasn't in the archive, but they did find it, I think, in the vaults of the BBC when they did their first sort of searches, which was great to get this back. You know, anything like this just gives you a new look at 60s Doctor Who, and William Hartnell, you know, I'm learning a lot about him, you know, as well as I'm watching these episodes again and seeing him and just thinking how much he loved playing the Doctor. We know that as well. He took it quite seriously as well. His responsibility, as he saw it, to the children who were his fans, and it brings out a whole new side, and I think we should see that in William Hartnell. And also not forgetting that he was really quite an accomplished actor as well. You look at his some of the roles he had. He did, I think, feel he was getting typecast in the sort of hard gangster kind of villains. That's even though when we see him in Carry On Sergeant, he is very different in that. To it's a sort of a harder character, but the fact that he's in a Carry On film is really good. And of course, it's beautifully done, his Carry On Sergeant, his character's development. So, before I go, let's have a look at the DVD. Here's the DVD. Brilliant. There it is. Again, some of the extras on there. Fantastic. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Great illustration as usual. We've got the leaflet in there. Absolutely fantastic. And of course it comes in this box set here. The other one is the Dalek story, which we'll be reviewing next. So that is fantastic. And then I say, just before I go as well, I always show this. Yes, there it is, the brilliant Blu-ray. Oh, I love this. I say that all the time, but I do love this. This is just fantastic. This is season 2 or series 2, and it is superb. And we're not going to get any William Hartnell for a long time, but so I really treasure this, that we've got this. Brilliant. And that's it. So if you've liked this video, well, why not give it a like? If you give it a like, then it gets it onto YouTube and it helps my channel. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I'll always reply to them. And if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? If you subscribe, we'll let you know when I put out the videos. And that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.